Welcome back. Valentine's Day Wednesday, as you know, like many other holidays, this one can cause you to put pressure on yourself to make things really special for everybody else while putting your own needs last, like we often do. So how can you make sure that you don't get left behind? Joining me is our favorite time strategist, Alyssa Smith, who has some talking points ready for Valentine's Day, and your pinky looks so pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let's talk about it. So where do you start when you want to make sure that, you know, part of what we do is give to others, but we don't want to always forget about ourselves or put ourselves on the back burner?
That's it. And you can tell the difference, by the way, if you are caretaking other people to an extreme, if you are having to sacrifice your basic needs in order to do those things for other people. There's a difference between just a nice act of kindness and like a self-deprecating martyr moment, right? Okay, yeah. So that's just to preface all of this with. So the first thing you got to do, though, is it really comes down to, I think a lot of us feel like unless somebody else is the one gifting me, then it doesn't count. Or unless somebody else is taking me out for Valentine's Day, then it doesn't count. But the brain doesn't actually know the difference between the two. So here's my little hack for this.
Okay.
So this week, one of the things you can do is pay attention to how do you like to be gifted? What makes you feel special and loved? Maybe when someone else does it for you. So maybe you like flowers, maybe you like candy, maybe you like the idea of going out to a movie or something like this. And you can, and if you've ever heard of the 5 love languages, that's one way to kind of sort through and figure out what makes you feel loved, right? So once you know that, then you have some good information for how you want to conduct yourself during the week.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so what we're seeing right now on the screen is write out what makes you feel cared for.
Yes.
And I think sometimes so many people are so busy, they don't even know the answer. So when they sit down to start to say, well, I don't even know how to answer that question. How do you even begin?
So begin with your 5 senses. What makes you feel lush? What makes you feel really relaxed, calm, happy, joyful? Maybe it's a night out makes you feel really happy. Just think back to moments like that you've had, and that will point you in the right direction.
Okay, and then you say to yourself, again, like you pointed out, it doesn't mean that somebody else has to do that for you. You can do it for yourself.
There is a part of your brain that is responsible for receiving gifts and joy.
Really?
That part of the brain does not know if somebody else is doing it for you or if you're doing it for you. A couple of years ago, I started getting myself bouquets of flowers, fresh flowers for my house. When those arrive on my doorstep, if I get it from a floral shop, or if I go when I'm grocery shopping and grab it, every time I see that vase, my brain isn't thinking like someone else didn't get that for me. No, it's like, oh wow, that's so special. Yeah,
what a great idea.
Decide which things you can actually do for yourself, and it will take you to that place of joy.
Okay, I think this is important too, because you say to actually put it on your calendar so that it's something that you do.
Yes. So this kind of sounds like a no-brainer, right? Like, oh, why is that a whole step in this little hack? No, it's because there's a part of your brain that is responsible for remembering things and making sure they happen. Your brain, if you visualize a place in your schedule and kind of go through the logistics, this is how long it would take to drive there, this is what it would take to actually go purchase this thing. If you actually think that through, it is 90% more likely to happen. So if you actually put it in a place in your calendar, as opposed to saying, oh, I guess I'll go get a manicure this week sometime, it's probably not going to happen, especially if you're busy and not used to taking care of yourself.
Yes, schedule it. Okay, great ideas. Alyssa has a free Facebook group, by the way, for women called the Stress Less Lounge. We're going to connect you to that and her Instagram at fox59.com/links. Amber, I know you can feel some of this as a working mom that's so busy.